how do you respond if you find yourself in a situation of being stopped publicly for unsolicited prayer? Hi, if you're new here, I'm the apologist. I'm a Christian apologist with a physical disability, equipping other Christians with disabilities to contend for the gospel. This comment here from Kimmy raises an excellent point. What should you do or say, or how do you respond in a Christian way if you are stopped for unsolicited prayer? Or if you do find someone, especially outside of the church, but someone who says things to the effect of, well, you could be healed if only you had enough faith. You know that what they're saying is not biblical, but you kind of feel stuck on what to say. Here's 3 questions that you can ask to hopefully move that conversation in a more positive direction. Number 1, take a play from Greg Koukl's book, Tactics, and ask for clarifying questions. First one being, what do you mean by that? If someone says something, especially to the effect of, you could be healed if you had more faith, if you prayed, what have you, ask them, what do you mean by that? How are you quantifying the amount of faith that I do or don't have? Number 2, along the same lines, I always encourage you to ask, how did you get to that conclusion? So again, if someone is asking you or is telling you you could be healed if you did A, B, and C, ask them, how did you get to that conclusion? How do you know that's what I need to do? Ask, what evidence do you have that more faith on my part will necessarily lead to my physical healing? This is actually a great way to weed out between the people that maybe are a little misguided, albeit well-meaning, versus those that are truly entrenched in the Word of Faith movement and can't even stand up to a little thoughtful criticism. And number 3, I would encourage you to ask questions even before this person starts praying for you. Meaning, if someone stops you publicly and they express this feeling or calling that they are led to pray for you, I would say it's absolutely reasonable to ask them, why do you want to pray for me out of anyone else in this crowd? And if you're feeling bold enough, why not ask them, are you wanting to pray for my physical healing? It could actually be a great opportunity to maybe let them know that, hey, my disability is since birth, so I probably won't see physical healing in this way this side of eternity. Or if you are going to accept prayer and you're going to pray together, it's a great opportunity to say, hey, I really would like to pray for this. I maybe just had an appointment or procedure and I want to praise God for good results or a great doctor or anything else. I want to praise God for a new job, or thanks, you want to pray for me. Hey, I have a relationship problem that I want to seek wisdom for. I want to pray for wisdom or growth or patience and whatever. It's an opportunity where you can steer things maybe away from just being physical healing, or accept it for physical healing and other things. Now, let's assume that you've done those things, asked these questions, and whoever this person is that stopped you is still insistent in their stance that, well, your physical healing must be God's will, regardless of the circumstances, and it's truly just a matter of your perceived lack of faith on their part. I would like to challenge and encourage you that you might actually call out what they're saying as word of faith. As Christians, we're supposed to be salt and light, so I don't think there's anything wrong with truthfully yet lovingly and gracefully telling someone, hey, what you're saying is word of faith heresy. It's not biblical. Bonus points, don't forget that no is a complete sentence. You don't necessarily have to engage in this conversation or continue it. You absolutely are a free agent in that you could say, you know what? I don't have time to talk right now. Thanks for praying for me, but I gotta skedaddle. And feel free to say or do that even before they start praying for you. Praying in all circumstances is good and what we are supposed to do, but we're also not supposed to make a show out of our prayer. So if you are getting the sense it's too showy, just say bye. Make like an atom and split.